Hello and welcome to this week's video. So this week we're out in the woods again. We're going to do another one-pot meal using the Anevay Horizon Stove, and this week we're going to look at a soup which is a typical Polish soup called Zurek. Right, it'll take us about 10 minutes to walk down to the area I want to be. I'll have a look for some mushrooms on the way, but if I can't find any, I've got some dried in my bag to use for the recipe, so we'll see you in a bit. Right then, let's get stuck in with this week's recipe. So this week's recipe is a Polish Easter soup called Zurek. It takes a bit of preparation to get it done, but once everything's done, it's fairly simple to put together. So like I said, we're going to have a go at using the Anevay Horizon Stove, using this one. It's a simple one-pot meal. I've adapted it slightly to make it one pot, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So we'll get the stove out. I need to collect up some firewood. It is a bit wet. We have had a bit of rain over the last few days, so I have brought some dry tinder and kindle in with me. But yeah, I'll go get some wood and we'll get started on this recipe. So ingredients wise, the first thing we've got is what we call, this isn't actually zhubrówka, this is just in the vodka bottle. This is called Zakwas. This is the starter for the soup. So Zurek is made from soured rye flour. We'll talk about Zakwas in a minute. I've got the recipe on how to make that. But you need 2 cups of Zakwas, 2 eggs. Then we've also got in here some white sausage. White sausage refers to an uncooked, unsmoked sausage. So this is similar to something like a Cumberland, but the actual sausage is a little bit more harder than the sausage that we have in the UK. So white sausage, or in Polish, biała kiełbasa, you can pick up from a Polish deli. If you can't find anything like that, you can use a Cumberland or something like that. And then I've also got some smoked bacon lardons. And here's the herbs and the spices. So inside here I've got a few dried mushrooms, so these are dried ceps. There's some salt, some peppercorns, a tablespoon of marjoram, some allspice and a bay leaf. You're also going to need about 500 ml of water, and obviously a pot to cook it in, and a nice loaf of bread as well is what you'll need. So this is a sourdough boulle, so this is another recipe that you're actually eating out of the bread itself. So, first things first, we'll get some wood and we'll get some water on the boil. I'm going to put about 3-4 cups of water in there. Right, so we've got the water on the boil. What we're going to do now is just cut up the sausage and get the bacon and the sausage into the water so we can start drawing out those juices into the stock. So I'm just going to slice this up. So like I say, this is a white sausage, so this is uncooked. Most Polish sausage is hot smoked, so it's already cooked. So there's the sausage. There's the smoked bacon lardons. In this tub we've got, as I say, we've got some wild mushrooms, a bay leaf, some allspice, some marjoram, some salt and some peppercorns. So we're going to stick that into the water now. Alright, so in goes all of that sausage and the mushrooms and the bacon. Right, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to cheat a bit. Now, theoretically, to turn this into a one-pot meal, I've had to do this really, so I'm just going to stick these eggs into here just so that they can boil and hard boil as well. So we're going to leave that about 5 minutes once it's boiling. Take the eggs out, and then we're going to do about 10 minutes on the boil before we start adding the zakwas. Right, so that's on the boil. So the next thing we need to do is talk about zakwas. So the recipe to make this, I had to prep this a couple of days ago. So let's just take a look at the recipe for zakwas. You can buy zakwas from a Polish deli. You can buy it in the bottle just like this here, or you can make it from scratch. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at making it from scratch. So let's just take a look at the ingredients that we need to make it zakwas from scratch. So these are the main ingredients that you'll need for zakwas. So we've got half a cup of rye flour here. We've got some peppercorns and some allspice. We've got 1 bay leaf, and we've got a couple of cloves of garlic. You'll also need half a litre of boiled water, so I've let that cool down just a little bit there as well, and you need a jar to put all of the ingredients for the zakwas in. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're just going to put the cup of rye flour into the jar. We're now going to add half of the water into that jar, and then we're just going to mix that just to get all of the lumps out of the flour, and then we're going to add the rest of the water, and then just give that another stir, and then we're going to add the bay leaf, the peppercorns and the allspice. For the garlic, I'm literally just going to crush the garlic, and then we're just going to add the garlic into the mix, and then we're just going to stir that. So the lid is just placed on the top there just to stop things from falling in it. It's not done up, it's just placed on. Right, so that's how simple it is. Zakwas is really simple to make. So we're just going to leave that for 4 to 5 days at room temperature. Remember to keep the lid off so it can breathe, and that's it done. So you can make your Zurek. So without further ado, let's get back outside and let's finish off the recipe. So what we'll do now is we'll add the zakwas into there. So this is about 2 cups of zakwas. Let's give that a stir. So this recipe is probably enough for 2 people. So I'm just going to let that simmer, and then I'm just going to deshell the eggs, and then in goes the eggs. Alright, let's get these eggs done. Right, so we'll just get these cut up. I'm just doing them into 4s. Right, and let's get the eggs in the soup. Oh, a bit of shell as well, never mind. Just give that a stir. There we are. Right, so that's pretty much done now. I'm letting the fire die off inside of this stove at the moment now, so that literally is just simmering. There's just a few little bits of wood inside of there that's just creating just a little bit of heat just to let that simmer there. Right, so we're pretty much done now, so we've just got to make the bowl now. So over to using the backhoe bread knife, and let's get the bowl sorted out. So we'll just take the top off this loaf. Alright, piece for you. And then what we'll do is we'll just scoop this bread out. So it's just a crust that we want left, really. We'll get most of that out. Right, you might have seen in previous videos my dog's fascination with my sticks that I always cut for firewood. So she's gone and nicked my wooden spoon now, so just give me 5 minutes while I just try and hunt down my wooden spoon just to see whether it's intact. Molly, where's my spoon? Right, spoon found. Okay, so we've got the bowl done, the soup's all good, so we're just going to get that into the bowl and let's get some food down and eggs. Alright, so there we go. Another simple one-pot recipe. Something a little bit different. I like to show you different sort of recipes and the bog standard British stuff that that we eat. So have a go at making this. It is really simple to make. List of the ingredients and the method and everything is in the description below, and also there's a link to the video on how to make the Zakwas for it as well. But I hope you give this a go. This is one of my favourite soups, this is, and I hope you really enjoy it. Right, there we have it. This week's video done. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you do give this soup a go. The recipe and the method is all in the description below. I'll stick the video for the Zakwas up at the top here. And please, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel just here, and you can get notified when the next video comes out, and then you'll have a chance to win the subscriber giveaway from Real Termat when that's hidden in one of the videos. And then, as always, thanks again, and we'll see you out on the next one.